code debate, far-reaching in effect. The new labor codes require greater deliberation. So the new labor codes or the new labor laws which are coming, they should go under great discussion before they are implemented. Some laws are far too important and have far too much impact on the people to be passed in haste or without sufficient deliberation. So there are some type of laws which have a very huge effect. So they shouldn't be passed with haste, means with unnecessary speed. They should take their time and they should go under some discussion, and only then they should be passed. The three codes aimed at consolidating diverse labor laws and ushering in reforms fall in this category. So the three laws which are about to be released, which can affect the lives of labor in a huge way, those laws are under this category. The codes were passed in both houses after limited debate and in the absence of the opposition. So these three laws, or the three codes of labor, were passed in the two houses of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha. The thing is that they had no opposition. No one opposed this law. So without any opposition, this law has been passed. The Industrial Relations Code, the Social Security Code, and the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2020 are an updated version of the respective codes of 2019. So these three codes are actually the upgraded or updated versions of the same codes which are present in the 2019, which are present in the year of 2019. So these are just upgraded and amended a bit, and now and again they have been released in 2020. Therefore, there is a considerable merit in the argument that the fresh drafts introduced a few days before their passage ought to have been sent back to the panel for an assessment. So these three laws can bring out a huge change in the lives of the labor. So as soon as these laws have been implemented without any opposition, these three codes or laws have again been sent back to the parliamentary to again discuss a bit. It is significant that the most contentious feature, the increase in the threshold for an establishment to seek government permission, closure, layoff, or retrenchment from units that employ 100 workers to 300 workers, was not found in the 2019 draft, but has been introduced now. So in the 2019, in this code which was passed to us in 2020, it includes a feature which was not there in the code of 2019. The feature was that the huge organizations or factories could ask the permission of the government to employ until 300 workers. Before this code was not there in 2019. This code was absent, but in 2020, in this year, this feature was introduced. This gives establishments greater freedom in their termination and exit decisions. So because of this new feature, the organizations or the factories, they will have the freedom of taking anyone out at any time. So they have no objection, they have no bad thing in that, because if they ask the permission of government to get over 300 employees, then they can be unfair to someone and they can remove them, saying that we don't want you, we can employ another one. So it may cause a problem for the labor. No one disagrees with the basic objective of the amalgamating, simplifying, and rationalizing labor laws. So these three laws have just mixed the various labor laws and simplified it. So there is no objection to that, and we welcome it. But but before before implementing those laws should go under some more discussion. However, the very fact that it involves a voluminous body of legislation should have meant that the final version was widely discussed with the stakeholders and given sufficient client time and opportunity to give their views. So these three laws should they are a very simplified and a very merged form of all the various labor laws. So we encourage it, but they should go under some deep discussion, um, which which uh, which includes the stakeholders. I mean, this discussion should also include the stakeholders. The root of the idea of consolidated labor codes goes back to the June 2002 report of the Second National Commission on Labor. So the origin or the idea of implementing these codes or creating these codes came way back in the year of 2002. The broad vision has been to give an impetus to economic activity without adversely affecting the interest of workers. So the main aim or the actual aim of this reform or this code was to make new laws without badly affecting the lives of the labor or workers. Whether this is adequately reflected in the new provisions will be tested by the experience of administering the codes. Whether these codes are discussed sufficiently and have changed or have amended sufficiently, that will be proven when these laws are implemented the second time. A positive feature is that the Social Security Code promises the establishment of social security funds for unorganized workers as well as gig and platform workers, and also Social Security Board. So the one clear thing and the one positive thing which we can see is that this amendment or this law or this code promises the gig workers and the temporary workers, their salary or their wages or their money will be promised by the Social Security Board. A contentious section allows the appropriate government to exempt any new factory from all the provisions of the code on occupational health, safety, and working conditions. So, a debatable section of this code allows a particular government to take any new changes or new amendments from new amendments new amendments for away from these three topics: occupational health, safety, and working conditions. The threshold for considering any premises as a factory has also been raised from 10 to 20 workers without the use of power, and from 20 to 40 with power. So, if you want to consider an area as a factory, if it there are again two parts in this. So, if that area has power, then it can be considered as a factory when it has 40 workers. If the area has no power or no electricity, it can be considered as a factory only if it has at least 20 workers. It is significant that almost all the major trade unions are opposing the new codes. So all the new major trades or the new trading companies, new factories, all of them are opposing this. The threshold for layoffs as well as for various social security schemes can be raised by executive order. Safety standards can be changed. So the threshold for layoffs means the limit at which the people can be fired from factories can be controlled by this. Can be controlled by social security schemes, which can be raised by executive order. Safety standards can be changed. So if the executive orders of the safety standards are changed, then the social security schemes can be controlled. So by doing that, the threshold for layoffs also can be controlled. There is much reason to fear that conferring wide discretion to the central and state governments may not be conducive to the interest of workers. So if this discussion goes under goes on with huge care and huge caution, the labor will not be the labor will not be favorable to it, because these laws can affect the lives of the labor in a huge way. Thank you.